Hey, how you doing, internet world? My name is Levi Ellerbe, and I wanted to give you an idea. Someone asked me today is what motivates you to go farther. Well, my brother is my motivation, but before he was born, I always had the mindset where a lot of quotes. I'll read quotes from maybe Will Smith, from maybe famous artists that always had quotes to where if you grind hard, you won't never stop. So a lot of people always ask me like, where do you find your quotes? Before I get into that, I wanted to give you one advice is um, anytime you do anything, you have to have motivation, you have to have determination, and you have to do it for fun. I mean, you doing it something you really love to do, something you just do like to go harder for. But if you do it only for the money and you see the money don't come as fast as you wanted to, you will mostly quit easily. That's the reason why you see so many people quit just like that, like in 90 days, because they don't see money, or either they see a little money but they don't see the money that they really think they should really get. So what they do, they quit at the last minute. So I always tell people to always have motivation and always have a good attitude when you come into this business or any business you do. Because when you start to try to become your own boss, it's always going to be ups and downs. It's going to be a journey. It's going to take you a lot of time. So motivation and a good attitude is always good. So before I get into what I wanted to tell you today is um, join me at the bottom of the page on the left side above or the right side. Facebook me, join with me on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, connect with me. And my number is 773-416-7553. And my number again is 773-416-7553. And I want us to communicate. Maybe we can swap ideas. Maybe we can get an understanding, or maybe we can learn from each other. So the question here today, I had a question today was, where do you get your good attitude quotes? Well, everybody has to have a good attitude because what you bring to the world is what you're gonna get. So if I give you good attitude and a good environment and good like posture and good, since I'm a good person, you want to be around me more than if I give you off a bad vibe, a sneaky vibe to where you think to yourself like, well, I don't want to mess with that person. So what I did is I went to Google and I typed in good attitude quotes. Good attitude quotes to where a lot of quotes I have read a long time ago. So like Napoleon Hill, who else was I heard from, like Will Smith, I think I'm trying to remember other quotes I have really took the time to read and figure out, like, okay, they did, like Bill Gates had a quote that I really loved. Steve Jobs. It's been a lot, but a lot of times you don't remember Albert Einstein. A lot of quotes I have read, but a lot of times you might not remember a lot of them. But one quote I always keep in mind right here is the one with Michael Jordan. I hope the millions of people I have touched, you know, you have to touch, you know, touch don't mean literally like touch them. You have to talk to them to where they feel like they know you already. So a prime example is like if I make videos, you get to communicate with me. So I touch you in a way where you feel like, well, I did come from that environment, because how did I grow up? How did I grow up? Well, I grew up in like a middle and high class family. It's like 50-50. It's where you have family that's like kind of struggling, but then you have that family that has everything together. So I have a business mindset family, and I have a regular family, and then I have a small class family, like low class, where they really poor, and I have a family that has money, and then I have a family who know they start their own business, so they able to make like $100,000 a year. So when you combine all three of them together, it makes me the poor mindset from the poor side keeps me like to where I think in the middle class makes me understand that I need to balance everything out, because if I go this route or this route, I can lose everything. And in the business route, it shows me that you can do anything, start something small to work your way to the top. They might not be millionaires, but they at least make 100,000 to 200,000 a year from business ideas that they do. Because I have one uncle who he's he does I think he sells, I would say, two products, but I wasn't sure because he sell a lot of other things. He has a company where he has people lawnmower for him, and people who I think leaf blowers where they blow the leaf. I don't really 100% sure like what would you call it, like leaf blowing. I don't know what the machine is called, but I know it's leaf blowing, and he has at least like 30 to 50 people do that for him. And if you think about it, if you're making $30 and you got 50 people out there making it for you every day, they lawnmower grasses, and then they making like what, $20 or $30 per grass because they lawnmower like big grasses, like out there in the suburbs. They lawnmower big grasses where people might be giving them $30, $50, and then they might give the people extra money, for doing the job. But they make good money, so that always tells me that you can do anything. He started from the bottom because he had a diploma. I think what you would say is he had a diploma, but he didn't get it the normal way. He got it like 2 or 3 years after he dropped out of school, and then he went and got his GED. So you never know what you can do even if you go to school. It's what your self education, because he read a lot of books. He went to Tony Robbins event before, Zig Ziglar, and he was the one that put me up with Tony Robbins to where you can watch his videos and everything. And one quote I remember that always stuck with me was what Eric Thompson said: "Is you want it as bad as you want to breathe. So if you feel like you drowning, you have to figure a way to get to the top, and you have to have a why. Why do you want to do this? If you come in here just for the money, you will never succeed because you only worry about what people give you and not what you give other people. Because if you worry about everybody else, money gonna always come. And I tell that to all my team members, but a lot of people listen, a lot of people don't. So I give people that idea to understand is that you have to grind like you never did before. If you start small and work your way to the top, in the next year you can always guarantee. Like, here go a prime example. I have a friend who make toys, not like toys. It's like them little strings, and he makes little action figures with them. He made a video every day showing each toy he made, but he made a different video with a different title for a whole year. He wasn't making money for the first 6 months. He got his first sale around the 7th month. Then after the ninth month, sales just was coming slowly. Then by the year, he was getting like 10 sales a day. And think about it. He's selling these products for $3. $3 plus shipping and handling. That's $5 altogether. So if you're getting 10 people every day and you're only getting $3, that's almost $900. And in a year and 2 months, he's getting almost like, I would say, at least 50 sales every day for the little $3. He's making money from it. And if you start from the bottom at first, he thought it wasn't gonna work. But I said, give it 2 years, give it 4 years. Just do it. Take your time. Make a video every day. All he did was show how he made the toy, how he made the string figure. He flipped it, boom, boom. He made it. Now he's getting sales every day, and then he still work. He just works because he don't want to sit at home a lot. Because if most of the time when you become an entrepreneur, you do sit at home a lot in front of the computer, and sometimes you just want to interact with other people. And he makes enough money to where he can save that money, and the job money he can put into his business and bills and the other money he has to save. So now look at him. He's doing real great, and he even is gonna start making him a website where he can have more, like where he start branching his website out. But he's trying to slowly build it up now because it takes nothing but time. But the more time he takes to build everything up, I guarantee you he can be a millionaire in the next 5 years, and even we'll both be shocked, and I'll be proud of him, and I'll be shocked at the same time. Like, well, he started from the bottom and he didn't know where he wanted to go until he took advice, and I was shocked he took my advice, and now look where he had. He had a good attitude. He read the quotes I told him to read, good attitude quotes to get an understanding of life and figure out everything. So I hope this video helped you and gave you a good idea. But one question I want to tell you is at the bottom, on the left side, above the video, on the right side of the video, I want you to go in the description and add me on my Facebook, my Instagram, and subscribe to my YouTube videos to get more videos from me. And sometimes I do trainings because mostly I'm gonna start doing trainings more. But a lot of times, a lot of people keep asking me, they want the trainings, but they want the motivation too. Because a lot of times the trainings is okay, but the question is, why they not motivated enough to want to get there? So I'm glad I took the time to give you an understanding of what you need, and always have a positive mindset before you do anything in life. And I hope this helps you. And I hope you have a great day. And my name is Levi Ellerbe, and I'm at the get the cooking right now and make something to eat because I'm real hungry because I just woke up, and I had to make this video because I was getting a lot of messages, and one message just stood out for me, and I thought about it and was like, well, I had problems when I first started, and it wasn't a lot of motivation, and I had to take a chance to get there, and now I'm glad I did.